Let's talk about LANDR in this video. Full disclosure here, this video is sponsored by LANDR. However, they are not sponsoring my opinion about their service. What is going on, guys? So my name is DJ Av, and I'm a mixing and mastering engineer, and I know a lot of you guys are going to say, why are you talking about LANDR? Or some people are probably wondering, what is LANDR? So what is LANDR? LANDR is an online mastering service that gets your songs ready using algorithms for different media formats such as streaming platforms, vinyl, cassette tapes, CDs, etc. Yes, all those have different formats and different calls to action, so therefore LANDR comes in the clutch with that alone. So I just want to hit that strong point there, because what a lot of people don't understand is that mixing and mastering are two different processes that have different processes with inside of those processes. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. And I know there are going to be a lot of people in the comment section, which I definitely want to hear from you guys, especially the guys that are going to say, well, LANDR isn't for me, and LANDR is not great because they use algorithms and there's different formats and different plugins and software that exist out here, and etc. etc. Well, the problem is with that is that there's, again, a lot to remember when it comes down to the mastering process, as well as a quote that I want to put in between this by Tony Dawsey, which he talks about the mastering process and how important a great mix is.
The truth is what you do in the recording and mixing process before we come here is very, very important. Too often people come in here thinking that there's a magic button that'll make them have a record that sounds like Dr. Dre, and it's not even in that ballpark.
Wow.
You know, and each stage of the game is important. The recording is very, very important. The mixing is very important, and the mastering is very important.
Yeah, so when you calculate the fact that a lot of people don't know how to mix their stuff, and then there's a lot of people that will forget how to master stuff. Even me, myself, I have issues when it comes down to remembering certain things about the mastering process, different things, different techniques and all that. And then you have something like LANDR that can come in the clutch. One thing I definitely want to point out to you guys as an advantage to LANDR, and I think this is a really good thing, is that they allow you to sign up for free. You don't got to put in any credit card information. You can try it out at your own leisure as well. Back to the mastering process again. Like, with that type of knowledge that you have for mastering, if you are a professional and you're going to be in my comment section tripping about LANDR, well, guess what? If you're one of those people that do your own mastering, you know how difficult it could be to remember different media formats and how you would set up Red Book mastering, and how would you approach a master for vinyl is not the same as you would for broadcasting, and it's not the same for broadcasting as it would be for streaming. Those things could be overwhelming, and LANDR does a very good job of coming through in the clutch with their algorithms. It's 2020, and it's safe to say that algorithms have came a long way, and that's why LANDR is very good for that, as well as time saving, because mastering is time consuming. So it makes it very appealing for somebody that might be really good at mixing a song, or somebody that is a musician of some sort that doesn't know how to master, but you might know how to mix, and then it just stops a lot of the learning curve. I know I do a lot of different tips and stuff on my channel for mastering and mixing, and it just goes against what my principles are, because I do think that you should learn mixing and mastering. And even if you have to go to school or attend an online school or whatever, you should still have that knowledge. But it's not about having the knowledge, it's about applying the knowledge. And that's where things get difficult, and that's where LANDR narrows down that. So let's go ahead and take a look at LANDR. So let's talk about pricing real quick. So there is a monthly plan which costs you more money, but if you do it yearly, it will cost you less money, but you will pay a hefty price, which is $48 yearly, which is saving you more money nonetheless if you do put out a lot of music. And there is a lot to be said about that as well, because one thing I just learned is that they do distribute your music on all media platforms streaming wise, which is actually good. But if you pay for the cheapest plan at $6 a month per se, if you want to do it monthly, you will have to pay a little extra, which is $4.99 for high MP3s and $8.99 for WAV, HD WAV, $17.99 and you get unlimited distribution. So the plan that I have is the Pro plan, and is billed yearly, which is $300, $299 to be exact, and everything is unlimited. And also extra stuff, of course, since I am going for the Pro plan. It tells you styles, volume match, and mastering preferences, which are key things. So the best one will probably be advanced. It'll be the cheaper one if you want to do it yearly. If you want to do it monthly, let's see how much it costs. It costs $14 a month. If you want to pay for a monthly, you want to get something mastered that way. And then you have volume match, styles, and mastering preferences, which is unlocked features. So LANDR actually does a really good job of explaining mastering on this page here, and I will show you this paragraph real quick. Let's read it. Mastering is the final step of audio post-production. The purpose of mastering is to balance sonic elements of a stereo mix and optimize playback across all systems and media formats. Like I said, traditionally, mastering is done using tools like equalization, compression, limiting, and stereo enhancement. So those were the things that I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I wanted to clarify, and they clarified very good here. And then they go into some more stuff over here that I think you guys should read before even bashing or considering LANDR if it's for you. So I was very shocked because I didn't know that LANDR distributed music as well. Like if you upload something to LANDR, you can choose to put it on different streaming platforms, and it'll show you the streaming platforms here, which is Tidal, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, Shazam, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Google Play Music, Deezer, Pandora, and Beatport. So the biggest hitter here is iHeartRadio. Now that is actually a huge plus. Wow. Last but not least, LANDR tells you how it works. LANDR is smart and getting smarter. Developed over 8 years of research, LANDR uses AI and machine learning to replicate the processes of human engineers make when mastering a track. And it goes over the different processes like analyzing, processing, and rendering. So you can start seeing the overall appeal of why people would actually like LANDR from a beginner standpoint to an intermediate standpoint to an expert. Now, the moment that you've been waiting for, let's drop a track into LANDR. So what I have here is something that I mixed in Ableton Live. But before I even get into this process here, what I want to do is this. So in this bullet point over here, it tells you what you should do before you send your master to LANDR through the app. So it says keep your peak level up on your master fader around -6 dB. Don't use plugins on your master bus, which is something that I always tell people if you are planning on mixing something and not going through a whole process. It's actually really good that way. And upload a WAV or AIFF format file because it is uncompressed, unlike MP3s. So as you can see, LANDR isn't a fraudulent service, because those are things that I've said in many of my tips and trick videos. So let's go ahead and drop the song in here. I already printed it out, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it into here, and we're going to let LANDR do what it do. It is uploading the song, and I will get back to you momentarily. Now it's creating a preview. And finally it's done. It took about 10 minutes for it to go through this process here. So when you click on the song and it says preview song and whatnot, you can preview it, and then you have some more settings.
Like a man, thank God I found my zone, still scoring the end. This the preface, don't roll the credits, we far from the fin. I yet to talk about my
So that's balanced. Let's go to warm.
Tribulation on the rise. I learned you fail to quit, you're free to fly. Winds multiply, life.
And let's go to open.
Change front of your eye, just like guard your soul with your life. Guard your soul with your life, but this world cold as ice. Nobody's.
Keep in mind that you do have bullet points right here to guide you through this. And then you can save it over here, save as mastering preference. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit continue. So it says right here, pick a format, and it says a low MP3. We talked about that. And then high MP3, which is 320 kbps, which is what I prefer. If I do MP3s, I prefer WAV and WAV. And WAV files, 16-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. And then I don't have HD WAV. So I'm going to save my master. It's going through the mastering process right now. So it took a total of 29 minutes for it to finish this process, but now I have access to the original version and the mastered version. So I can go ahead and click on that real quick and it'll show you the master version. So what I'm going to do here is play it from the original part right there. And now I'm going to play it from the mastered version right here.
You fake frontline, you never block a man. Thank God I found my zone, still scoring the end. This the practice, don't roll the credits. We far from the fin, I yet to talk about.
So you can hear the difference in loudness and in EQ there. But what I'll do in another video is compare it to one of my masters, and I know that will be very interesting to you guys. So other things you can do is you can leave comments and stuff like that. You can also remaster it. You can change different settings too as well. And then you can download the file. But I don't own this track or anything like that. So I'm just disclosure there. But I did mix this. The artist name is Alamar and the name of the song is Guard Your Souls. I have a link in the description box to where you can hear it on their streaming platforms right now. So tell me how you feel about LANDR. Would you use it? Would you not use it? I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comment section. For me personally, I can't recommend it to you, but I will tell you it is a very, very good service to know and use. And the advantage of using LANDR is that you can have all of your media formatted correctly. So the best thing about LANDR is that you're not hard guessing. And that's the thing a lot of people do, is that they just guess how it will sound like on broadcasting, how it should sound like on vinyl, how it should sound like on cassette tapes, how it should sound like on different streaming platforms. And those type of guess could really mess you up. Yes, again, there are different software that's out there, but it costs money. Like Isotope Ozone costs money. It costs you about $300. Yes, LANDR costs you about X amount of money per month once you get into using LANDR. However, there is a guarantee to at least that the algorithm will get everything narrowed down for you, and you don't have to deal with fiddling with different options. And that makes it way more appealing to people that are beginners and experts, because you can get your stuff done quickly. For all those people that want to argue in my comment section about LANDR or any other AI based technology, why are you here? You're already a master at your craft. Well, teach the craft to other people. Who's the master? I am.